All right. We are in part four. I am excited that we have had this time together with the Womb Miracle series. I am grateful that we get to wrap up this conversation talking about how to tap into cosmic womb wisdom. How do we tap into cosmic womb wisdom? And for me, that starts with honoring the cosmic womb, the Holy Mother, the one whose image we are made in. And I am a minister of wisdom's teachings, and I want to take a moment to honor the very teaching that introduced me to the divine feminine. Although I am an ordained interfaith minister, um, today I grew up in Christianity, and my introduction to the goddess came through the Bible before it came through other books and other studies. And so I honor my family's tradition, and I honor what it cultivated in me that is a part of who I am today. So I'm going to invoke wisdom. And I have written a book about the woman God and my journey of meeting her through Proverbs 8. Listen as wisdom calls out. Here as understanding raises her voice. On the hilltop, along the road, she takes her stand at the crossroads. By the gates at the entrance to the town, on the road leading in, she cries aloud, I call to you, to all of you. I raise my voice to all people. You simple people, use good judgment. You foolish people, show some understanding. Listen to me, for I have important things to tell you. Everything I say is right, for I speak the truth, and I detest every kind of deception. My advice is wholesome. There is nothing devious or crooked in it. My words are plain to anyone with understanding, clear to those with knowledge. Choose my instruction rather than silver, and knowledge rather than pure gold, for wisdom is far more valuable than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with it. I, wisdom, live together with good judgment. I know where to discover knowledge and discernment. All who fear the Lord will hate evil. Therefore, I hate pride and arrogance, corruption and perverse speech. Common sense and success belong to me. Insight and strength are mine. Because of me, kings reign and rulers make just decrees. Rulers lead with my help, and nobles make righteous judgments. I love all who love me. Those who search will surely find me. I have riches and honor, as well as enduring wealth and justice. My gifts are better than gold, even the purest gold. My wages better than sterling silver. I walk in righteousness and paths of justice. Those who love me inherit wealth. I will fill their treasures. The Lord formed me from the beginning before he created anything else. I was appointed in ages past, at the very first, before the earth began. I was born before the oceans were created, before the springs bubbled forth their waters, before the mountains were formed, before the hills I was born. Before he had made the earth and fields and the first handfuls of soil, I was there when he established the heavens, when he drew the horizon on the oceans. I was there when he set the clouds above, when he established springs deep in the earth. I was there when he set the limits of the seas so they would not spread beyond their boundaries, and when he marked off the earth's foundations. I was the architect at his side. I was his constant delight, rejoicing always in his presence, and how happy I was with the world he created, how I rejoiced with the human family. And so, my children, listen to me. For all who follow my ways are joyful. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Don't ignore it. Joyful are those who listen to me, watching for me daily at my gates, waiting for me outside my home. For whoever finds me finds life and receives favor from the Lord. But those who miss me injure themselves, and all who hate me love death. I give thanks to Mother Wisdom. She was there, and she is here. See, when we talk about really tapping into cosmic womb wisdom, we're talking about reclaiming your spiritual lineage as a woman, being able to know the ancient wisdom of the women. And granted, there was a consistent effort to suppress it, but the truth can never be hidden for too long. Yes, the women wrote their own gospels and texts. Yes, the women of old preserved the oral tradition and passed along the wisdom. And are you listening? Are you aware? Or is your entire perspective of the divine painted with masculinity? God is not a single father raising everybody in the world. That is not how this works. There is divine masculine and divine feminine, and the feminine signature is traceable all throughout Earth and all throughout the universe. Mama leaves good imprints everywhere that will help you connect more deeply to what it means to be a woman, what it means to be feminine. And I know that there are conversations happening culturally and socially right now around gender ideology and how necessary it is. But I unapologetically honor the Holy Mother and her presence, especially in a world left ignorant about her role in creation, her role in nature, her role in our own lives. Do you really think the only energy participating in your ability to fulfill your destiny is masculine? This is part of the reason I am interfaith, and my spiritual practice includes indigenous wisdom. And the indigenous traditions, their pantheons have both masculine and feminine. They understand balance. They understand balance. And for me, tapping into cosmic womb wisdom allows you to have a balanced, grounded expression of your womb magic. It allows you to be able to connect more deeply to your womb's power, and being balanced in your masculinity and your femininity allows you to preserve your womb's health in ways that are easier and more fluid and more consistent. So I find in my work with women that they're not living in the womb miracle because they don't even live in their femininity. They haven't made that deeper spiritual connection to the Holy Mother. They don't even understand whose image they're made in. They've only read the male perspective of femininity. And then they end up living lives where they're obsessed about what they can perform and produce instead of be and create. But you gotta have it all. You gotta have it all. You gotta have it all. And you can have it all. Because as you grow in your wisdom and you have that connection with the Holy Mother, you will inherit much. You will inherit much. And that's why I love Proverbs 8. That's part of the reason why I am taking women to Los Cabos for the Return to Wisdom Sacred Initiation experience and making sure the connection is solid, right? I do all these things because I know her and she is real. And it's funny because growing up in a Christian tradition, one of the things we would do was sing hymns and these different things. And there's one that says, "He's so real, real in my soul today." And I'll take and give honor to the mother and say, "She's so real, real in my soul today." Once you are able to trace your spiritual lineage beyond just your race, how many past lives you've lived, if you believe in those types of things, right? And you really get to the cosmology and you can identify what part of the galaxy you're from, and you're able to identify certain subtle vibrations that really speak to you, and you know that you're bigger even than Earth, that before you were in your mother's womb you were with God and with the gods, and that everything about your life that you're living right now is by design, that your soul contract is being fulfilled through your thoughts, choices, and behaviors. And all of a sudden, things that used to be able to bother you don't bother you anymore. Things that used to be able to knock you off your square don't knock you off your square, because you actually know what it means to be God's child and to live in divine authority and power, because the earth is yours. It is human beings right now who are making the earth what it is. We are the ones who are creating heaven or hell in our lives every day through our thoughts, our choices, and behaviors, through our relationships and who we decide to align with. Relationships are the arms and legs of the womb. Thank you, Queen of Four, for saying that in Sacred Woman. That wisdom stuck with me the first time I read it. I haven't been able to let it go. All these years later, yes. Who you choose matters. Who you choose is your God and goddess matters. It matters for your life. It doesn't matter for mine. Your beliefs don't govern my life, they govern yours. So, what happens in a woman's life where the only God she knows is masculine and she's a woman? If you cannot find your womanhood in God, then how can you fully embody being a woman? Growing up in the Christian tradition, they told me that we came from a rib. I guess Adam was the only one who was able to do that, because I ain't seen nobody come from a rib since. But when you read the other ancient texts and when you read the text of the women, it makes sense. Because show me someone on the planet who did not come from a womb. Part of the evidence of God, one of the universal laws, is the ability to be fruitful and multiply, to duplicate the power, to not just obtain it and hoard it for yourself like patriarchy has tried to do, but to be able to duplicate it, multiply it. And this is the power of being connected to the cosmic womb, because now your life is fertile. Now your talents and your gifts can be positioned to be a blessing to other people, because you done met Big Mama and you know how to tap into her energy and embody it and duplicate it. And they will know you by your fruit. They will know you by what you're able to birth. And as a woman, you have an advantage. You have the chromosomes you have for a reason. You have the wider hips for a reason. You have the breasts for a reason. You are an excellent nurturer to this world, to your family, and to yourself when you know whose image you are made in. I am bringing the teachings of wisdom. This is a reclamation. It's important and it's significant. It's important and it is significant that you reclaim your spiritual lineage, that you know how to not only pray to masculine, but you know how to pray to feminine. Because that's whose image you're made in. Imagine being a woman and only talking to one of your parents and in heaven, in spirit. Talk to your entire family. I believe that as women become more in tune with the Holy Mother and reclaim their spiritual lineage, we will see the correct representation of the Holy Trinity. And we will see our own families restored. But there can be no restoration in a bastardized ideology that leaves God as a single father raising everybody on the planet. When they try to erase the function, the purpose, and the signature of the womb, pay attention. When they try to take femininity away and discredit its role, when they came up out of a womb and they try to dress the womb up with superficial things and dress femininity up as a costume, pay attention. This is not new. There has been a consistent effort. That's why in Proverbs 8, Mama Wisdom says, I detest people who try to change common sense and deceive. I detest it because they are trying to take my children away from me when they came out of me. And yes, you will lose the wealth of knowing wisdom because it is she who is the architect. So if you're looking for more manifestation power and you're looking for more capacity to create and deliver unto your life, unto your family, you want your legacy to be intact, you have to know wisdom. You have got to get in touch and in tune with the Holy Mother because she's the architect. She is the birthing vessel. We are our men. When we're creating our children on earth, our men enter. We are the receivers. Our anatomy goes in. We take the idea and give it form and birth it. We don't just create the organs, the skin, the hair, the eyes, the nose, the arms, the leg. We create the spirit and we merge the spirit and the flesh in our bodies and push it into earth or release it into earth. That is womanhood. That is the blueprint of the Holy Mother, the cosmic womb. You can trace it in the stars and in astrology. You could trace it in the way in which our galaxy and the planets interact. You can find her signature, her fingerprint everywhere. It's in you. You too are one of her imprints in the planet. Reclaim that. Own that. Embody that. Live it. And then you will be living in the womb miracle. I invite you to come to my Return to Wisdom Initiation Retreat. You can find information out about it at myelevationweekend.com. Come. Come sit with wisdom. Come be restored. Come have some fun. Come remember more of the traditions that are already encoded in your body and in your womb. It has been an honor to be able to have these conversations with you. I hope you heard something significant that has changed your life and your way of thinking and broadened your perspective of womb healing work and why it is significant and the value of really having a intimate, loving relationship with your womb, understanding your womb magic, understanding how to connect to your womb's power, understanding how to preserve your womb's health, and how to tap into cosmic womb wisdom. I am Reverend and High Priestess Thema Azize Serwa. It is my joy to show up in the world as a living, breathing demonstration of the Holy Mother's power and wisdom, and to teach women everywhere how to be more whole and heal everything. And so, if you need me, I am here to hold space for you and make sure that that switch is in the right position so that whatever you plug into that outlet turns on and shines and beams in the world. Deep bow to you. It's been an honor having this conversation. Peace.